wrong for revealing my pregnancy during my sister-in-law's wedding? I know it sounds bad, but hear me out. I, 27 female, found out I was pregnant about a month ago. I was planning to tell my husband, but I changed my mind after I wanted to tell everyone and excite my husband and family at the same time. Though I was honestly a little lazy and didn't want to plan an entire dinner or event to reveal my pregnancy. I knew my husband would be suspicious of why I suddenly wanted to host a dinner party. The only other event that everyone was going to attend was my sister-in-law's wedding. Now, personally, I don't like my sister-in-law. She's always on social media with 1,000 pictures every 10 seconds, flaunting her lavish lifestyle with their fiance's money. My husband and I aren't wealthy, so I thought maybe revealing my pregnancy would mean I can get even about all those times she bragged about her expensive new purse. You're using your pregnancy as a leverage? It's dumb. The day of the wedding arrives and everything is just beautiful. I was honestly kind of amazed at how incredible it looked. I tried to find a nice time to reveal my pregnancy, but it was honestly much harder than I expected. Flash forward to when we were taking pictures and I gathered everyone up to make an announcement. I ecstatically announced my pregnancy, but instead of getting congratulations, hugs, and kisses by the guests, all I got was kicked out. Good, you deserve to be. Everybody was whispering under their breath, but it was obvious to everyone that what I did was messed up. I don't understand why everyone was so negative about the situation. The most shocked about it was clearly my sister-in-law. She goes berserk, screaming about how I was always jealous of her and how I just couldn't keep help but ruining the best day of her life. I was too shocked to make a sarcastic remark. She was screaming for me to get out. My husband just grabbed my hand and took us to our car. In the car, my husband lost his temper, and that's why I would ever possibly do such a thing. I hesitated to respond, but my husband sure didn't. He called me a massive prick and said I shouldn't have done what I did, but I don't understand. Every time my sister-in-law brags directly to my face, no one says anything to her. When we got home, I checked my sister-in-law's Instagram, and it was filled with exaggerated posts and way too many cringy emojis. I honestly feel kind of bad now that I thought about it, but I don't think I'll be satisfied until I get a professional response to my dilemma.
Story time about how my best friend walks around naked in front of my boyfriend. Disclaimers are now my story time instead of me on Instagram. Yeah, she's the worst person in the entire world. By the time I met her, my boyfriend and I had already been going out for 6 months. I met her through some friends and her and I got along really well. She was wild and crazy and she brought that wild and crazy side out of me. And at the time it was something that I did need, but I didn't realize just how wild she was. Let me tell you what this girl was like. She was the type of girl that would try to bring up sex in every conversation. And sometimes I would ask her to not talk about it so much. And her response to that was, "Stop being such a prude." My boyfriend and I decided to have all our friends over at my apartment for dinner. Since I had just met her, I decided to invite her over. This was the first time she was meeting my boyfriend and all of my friends. And of course, she proceeded to monopolize the entire conversation all night. Then she went to the bathroom and took off her jacket. She came out in her bra and shorts. Part 2 is story time about how my best friend walks around naked in front of my boyfriend. Disclaimer is not my story time instead of me on Instagram. That's when she came out of the bathroom in her bra and a pair of shorts. Mind you, we have a bunch of our friends over having dinner at my place. I get up from the table and I ask her what's up. That's when she says that it's way too hot in my apartment and that I needed to turn down the temperature. I told her I'd give her a t-shirt if she wanted to and she said no. I'm comfortable in my body and I don't care if people look at me. When I look around, I see everyone staring at her. Obviously, all the guys are like oogling her goodies, but all the girls that are there with their guys are instantly upset. That's when my boyfriend bursts out laughing and says, "What's wrong with her?" She just starts laughing maniacally at what my boyfriend said. Then she goes and sits down next to my boyfriend and starts joking with him. You might be thinking I'm so stupid for this, but I decided to let it go. Oh yeah, she's also the type of person that never wants to go home. That's when I had to be honest with her and I told her that she was making everyone uncomfortable. And I asked her to leave, which she did. A few days later, she comes over to my place so that we can get ready to go out. My boyfriend was gonna go out with his friends and I was gonna go out with her. 2 seconds after she comes into my apartment, she walks out of the bathroom completely naked. And my boyfriend's just sitting there on the couch watching her. Part 3 is up. Story time about how my best friend walks around naked in front of my boyfriend. Disclaimer's not my story time, it's not on Instagram. That's when she comes out completely naked. You could see everything. Boobs, butt, and V. And my boyfriend is sitting on the couch. As she comes out of the bathroom, his jaw drops to the floor. Then she says to me, "Oh my god, I couldn't find a towel, sorry." She walks straight into the guest bedroom where she has her clothes. My boyfriend and I look at each other and I'm completely disgusted. He, on the other hand, thought it was hilarious, so he starts laughing. Then she comes out of the guest bedroom in panties and a bra. I mean, I guess at least she wasn't naked this time. That's when I tell her, "Do you need help getting dressed or something?" She says, "Oh no, girl, I'm just thirsty. I'm gonna get something to drink." So I said to her, "I'll get you something to drink. You can go get dressed." At this point, I had it. But guess what? This wasn't the last time. A few weeks later, I wanted to go to her place to get ready this time. But then she insisted on coming over to mine instead. That's when I got the feeling that she had done all of that to get my boyfriend's attention. And I straight up told her, "Are you just walking around naked at my place just because you want my boyfriend to see you?" Of course, she denied it. She says, "He's cute, but he's not that cute." What? Part 4 is up. Story time about how my best friend walks around naked in front of my boyfriend. Disclaimer is not my story time, it's that I'm on Instagram. At this point, she had been naked in front of my boyfriend twice, but it wasn't the last time. She came over to pick me up one time and I told her to wait for me downstairs. Well, instead of waiting for me downstairs, she decided to come up to my apartment. While I was in the bedroom changing, my boyfriend let her in. That's when she comes straight into my bedroom without even knocking and says, "Hey girl, do you have a dress I can wear?" The dress she was wearing was absolutely perfect. I asked her why and she said that she didn't feel sexy enough. Without even me saying yes, she started raiding my closet. Then she pulls out a very expensive dress I had not even put on yet. My boyfriend was standing in the doorway just watching the whole thing go down. I look at my boyfriend and he just rolls his eyes at me. Then out of nowhere, she takes off her dress and she's completely naked underneath. She looks at my boyfriend and says, "Oh, sorry, I didn't see you there." My boyfriend turned around and walked away. I finally closed the door and confronted her about it. She told me that I'm a prude and that I needed to relax. I kicked her out and we haven't spoken since. She's been begging to talk to me and hang out. My boyfriend told me that if I felt uncomfortable around her, then for her not to come over. But he says that he's fine with her. His reaction also upset me too. What should I do?
I am never going to the gym again. I will never show my face in the gym again. The most embarrassing happened to me! I decided I wanted to go to the gym, be productive, be healthy. Should have just stayed in bed eating a bag of Cheetos, but no, I wanted to be productive. Finished doing laundry and I just went and I grabbed a t-shirt and sweatpants and got in the car, drove to the gym. Get to the gym, I start working out. I'm using the elliptical that's in the middle of the room and the gym's packed. Like 35 minutes into my workout and I'm just getting a whole bunch of people staring at me. I'm like, why are you staring at me? Like, do you recognize me from TikTok? Is that it? Is that I'll sign autographs later? But no, that's not why they were staring at me. Then all of a sudden, while I'm like, as you can see, sweating profusely, this lady comes up to me and she's like, sweetie, you might want to go to the bathroom. Why? I don't have to pee. She's like, you have something stuck on your pants. I what now? Thinking I'm getting recognized on TikTok? No. I had a neon blue underwear stuck to the back of my sweatpants for about 35 minutes in the middle of the gym. Excuse me while I go die in a hole now. Thank you.
My boyfriend and I have been together for about a month and his mom never lets us do anything. We're both in our late teenage years, me being 15 and him almost 16. Ever since his mom found out, we can't do anything together. I can't go over to his house, I can't hug him when he's upset, and I can't even have any quality time with him outside of a town church group. I'm not even Christian, but it's the only way that I can ever see him. She says that she's protecting her son from some sort of misunderstanding as if he's going to do something horrible to me, when I've known him the entire school year and been a close friend of his up until we started dating. For example, she flipped out on me after I went to comfort him after she had just gotten done screaming at him, and I mean screaming, for us being in his room. I gave him a simple hug, which I only offered, and she freaked out at me over it, saying, "I'm his mother, I'm the only one who comforts him," and made me stand in his kitchen for 20 minutes while she yelled at him again about how it's her house and her rules, then going on to say that he had no say in what he could and couldn't do with anything relating to me. I'm gonna see him later today at a birthday party and his mom is going to be with him and his little brother. She's also sent me several rude messages regarding me changing her son and making him think he can do whatever he wants.